Hey everyone, welcome to the Barely Normal Wet Shaver. That would be, I think it's, yeah, me, Doug Bear. Another one in a row, man. I'll tell you, I'm on a flurry this weekend. Finally having a little time off and being able to do some fun videos. This one is something that I just came across through frustration with one of these bad boys right here. Boar. I love them, and yet I hate them. I get more inconsistency out of a boar than I do anything else. However, I found something that it's not the perfect solution for everybody, but it made this brush more applicable, especially at certain times, and has created considerably more consistency in the way I am able to get it to perform. So I'm going to take a second because I'm going to have to hold this in hand to show you how I wet this brush and then how I load it. Okay, so this is really easy. All I do is I grab the knot at about, the halfway point so that the tips are what's I'm going to get wet. And that's exactly what I do. I just soak the tips for a few seconds. I don't let it go down into the base of the knot at all. You can see I'm not leaning it back, like this direction. I'm just doing those tips. And then I'll give it one little mild shake, and then let me get back in position and we'll do a load and show you how that works. Okay, so take the puck. I don't do a long load as usual. Just a few seconds to get that thing loaded. That's all I use. Let's wet the face. Apply. And what I've noticed is it's an awfully soft tip feel and loads up the brush extremely well, keeps it from going down in and absorbing all of the lather. And so I have somewhat my usual kind of drier start. And also what I noticed is, now I'll dip a little bit, just the tips, get that nice and wet. And what I've noticed is that it gives the brush a little bit more stand up initially from the base because you haven't wet or pre-soaked that section. But it softens up pretty quickly, but I like initially having it a little bit stiffer because that's where you're starting with a beard and you want to work into the whiskers a little bit, move them around a little bit more. It doesn't create scritch, it just has stand up. The tips are soft enough, and by the way I soften up the tips on a badger is pretty harsh. I actually take it over burlap. So I do the cold water in the refrigerator for 24 hours, and then I grab the tips in the same way, just kind of like this. And then I take it over burlap and I just rip and tear those tips. And I'll tell you, I've done 3 boar this way and I don't have any that shed. So you'd think that kind of a dramatic wet method would be a little hard on the brush. So far, 3 brushes, no issues whatsoever. But anyway, you just continue, build the lather. These tips, because of the way that I broke them apart, is as soft as any brush I have. There's no scritch at all. And yet I get a little bit more stand up, which is kind of cool. And it takes 2 seconds. I can load it like a synthetic. So that's my latest tip. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you try it. Let me know how it works for you. And until the next time, which is coming very soon. Peace out, brothers and sisters.